Welcome to What Are We Playing This Week, the show where I recommend to you a couple of games based on a certain criteria, and today's criteria is superheroes. Yes, superheroes, because who doesn't want to run around wearing spandex and a cape and fighting for justice, blowing up property, and then pretending you did it in the name of justice and not because you're a maniac out for blood. That being said, I wanted to recommend to you a great game with Wolverine in it, but it's not on sale anymore because Activision constantly removes these games from sale. I think because they ran out of licensing. But really, if you do find X-Men Origins Wolverine, the video game, not the movie was, oh god, so awful, give it a try. It has a superb combat system that, how shall I put this? You can pick up enemies mid-air while they're jumping, you can interrupt just about every one of their attacks. It's a combat system made to not feel like it's so dead set against you where the enemies play by their own rules. It's similar in a bit to Oni in that way, though Oni did have characters that had unbreakable attacks, special attacks, not normal ones. But the bosses in X-Men Origins Wolverine are a bit crap. It's the same boss fight about 6 times. So let's get to the games you can actually buy. First up is Batman Arkham City. Why Batman Arkham City? Well, since the PC version of Arkham Knight is a bit and Arkham Origins is a bit and Arkham Asylum is nice, but it's basically replaced in every way, shape or form by Arkham City. Why not try this one? You get to be Batman, you get to run around Gotham City, swing everywhere, meet interesting characters, punch them in the face, and so on. All for just a tiny oh my god, it's 20 euros. I bought this for 3 euros, and that was 2 years ago, and I still haven't finished it. But yeah, it's on Steam now for 20 euros, and it's probably not gonna go down in price since the sale just ended about 5 minutes ago from when I'm recording this. Up next is a bit of an oldie, Freedom Force, or if you like the other one, Freedom First versus the Third Reich. I played the first game a long time ago, and it's an interesting take on the superhero genre. You get to design your own hero if you want to, but recruiting him in the game will take some time because there's a cost associated with all the powers you put in, and you have to get some resources to actually hire the heroes that have higher power levels. In the meantime, you progress through a story about some guy named Minuteman that's fighting some other people, and then there's the Third Reich in the second one, and can't say as I've actually played much of it, mostly because the main hero was called Minuteman. I'm like, does he manipulate time? No. Is he like from Marvel, DC? Is he like Spider-Man? No. Later I found out he's called Minuteman because there's some American thing about history and the name makes sense. But it would probably be like me making a superhero called Tall Bridge Man. Doesn't make much sense, does it? Still, they're good games. You get to control a bunch of heroes in a squad-based game where you can just beat up people and use superpowers to your heart's desire. And they're available individually for 5 euros and 50 cents on GOG right now. Or if you want to get them both, they're available for just 6 euros and 78 cents. This would make more sense if you actually want to buy them. Lastly, this is actually a free game. Now, there's been a lot of superhero MMOs in the past. City of Heroes, Champions Online, that Marvel thing that sucked complete and utter balls when they released it, but I heard it gets better as the years go by. I sure hope so because I can't imagine how it could get worse. But now instead I'm gonna recommend to you DC Universe Online. Now why this one? Mostly because the way the combat system works and the powers combined with the combat system isn't complete and utter crap. Now, as a hero in this game, I could actually fly around, punch people, and not be forced to just sit there locked in combat with them unable to take off again. Now, to you, this may seem like common sense. Well, of course, you can fly. Why wouldn't you use an advantage? Well, every other superhero game didn't let you do that because they all sucked in certain aspects. They tried to be MMOs first because, as we all know, MMO is a genre that describes a certain mechanic and not a concept. I'm gonna do a show about this later on. It's gonna be bloody. And you can find DC Universe Online for free on the web. There is a Steam version, but it doesn't seem to be available in my country, which is bizarre because, well, PlanetSide 2 is, and they're both currently in the possession of Daybreak. It's also on consoles, so yeah, you can get it off DCUniverseOnline.com. Haven't played it in about 5 years? But I expect the game to have improved with time. Because if it hasn't, oh boy, what did they do with all that time? Well, that's it for this edition of What Are We Playing This Week. Tune in next time for more gaming recommendations. This is my superhero voice. I should have done the entire show with this voice. Be thankful I haven't. If you enjoyed this show, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Or, if you thought it was horrible, then share it with your enemies and make them suffer. We shall be your weapon of vengeance. But if you liked what you saw, you could, I don't know, maybe donate, because basically YouTube is horrible at revenue, by using the link in the description, or just buy my book. It's a fantasy book about, well, a lot of stuff. I guarantee it won't suck, and if it does suck, you can find me here and complain about it.